Callum Wilson to Arsenal touted as transfer for odious Mikel Arteta this January. The mailbox is a ride, from Callum Wilson to Arsenal to Jose Mourinho for England, with plenty on Harry Kane and Man United between. Callum Wilson to Arsenal? Two things that have been chatted about recently are, Newcastle possibly needing to sell some of their players to avoid any long-term punishment, and Arsenal needing a proven goalscorer to help with the title push in the second half of this season. I'm just putting the idea out there, but how about Callum Wilson to Arsenal? It would obviously not be ideal for Newcastle to sell one of the club's more influential players, but it looks like needs must, and I would think they rather hold on to Isak and lose Wilson at this point if they had to choose. So that being said, would Wilson to Arsenal not suit all involved? Not the long-term answer for Arsenal in regards of goal-scoring CF. But he is ready-made for the Premier League, would cost much less than alternatives like Tony, Vlahovic, etc. He seems to have a good temperament about him. It's well known he's railed some Arsenal players up in the past, which isn't a bad trait, would be another experienced player to have in a dressing room that can be a little short of that on occasion, and for Wilson himself it would give him a chance to have a push for a title this year, play a few more games in the Champions League, and maybe even enhance his chance of going to Euro 2024. When there is so little out there in January in regards good quality at a reasonable price, then some creative deals are required, and even if this was only a short-term loan deal, I really can't see too many cons with the idea. Edu, are you listening? Donal, Cork, Ireland. Some positive tune spin. What a chaotic season for Eddie's Mags. So much promise, fantastic performances against the big boys of the Premier League and Champions League, undone by the mother of all injury crises that still gets glossed over. I see countless mentions, even on this great website, of Liverpool or Spurs riding out their injury crises, yet both of them are still able to roll out real footballers off the bench. Injury-ravaged Liverpool still managed to bring a £50 million striker off the bench at the weekend. That's not to say these teams haven't got issues, but they're nothing compared to Newcastle. We've only played one game fewer than the most possible, due to a penalty loss in League Cup. With a team running on the absolute bare bones since October, only on a handful of occasions have we been able to field real substitutes on the bench. Matt Ritchie, Paul Dummett, Emil Kraft, 2 GKs and some children is not a Premier League bench, and now with Joel Linton out for the season, 17-year-old Lewis Miley looks like he has to play all the way through to May. Why is this relevant? Because it's exposed our FFP issues in a way that we wouldn't have seen had it not been for the injuries. We need players because we can just about put 11 players on the pitch and have a season that's effectively over as a result. We've lost so many games by not being able to bring on fresh attackers or legs in midfield, and the hierarchy are clearly trying to work out any way that we can get 13 real players to be available each week for the next few months. It's greatly frustrating because there have been so many signs of a great team here, swarming over teams, creating tons of chances, still second for XG in the league, and until the injuries really mounted up, we were in contention for everything. We'd be playing in a Carabao semi and be looking forward to Champions League knockouts for sure. As a result, we're having to make do. But if someone like Almiron is sold, then needs must. He had a great season last season, but we can upgrade him for £30 million. In the summer more revenues unlock because we're losing a year of the Ashley Arano revenue world in the calculations.
So hopefully we can freshen up in the summer, a few upgrades and hold on to the key players and have a good crack at it all in 24-25. This squad, as it has showed, without a mad injury crisis, it can beat anyone, and so Europe free, a little ability to spend, I'm optimistic for next season. Just don't sell Joelinton, or Bruno, Isak and Botman please.